Ikaw una, Cha. Sige, go. Wait. For all the Catholics, let's make sign of the cross in the name of the Father, of the Son, of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for a gift of life. Thank you sa blessings nga mong nadawat karon, Lord. You continue to guide us, direct us sa mga tagsa-tagsa nga um, pagabuhatan everyday, Lord. Thank you for the blessings that we receive, Lord God. In Jesus' name, I pray. We pray. Amen. In the Father, of the Son, of the Holy Spirit. Amen. So, good evening, everyone. Today, we're going to discuss something we've all experienced in one form or another, which is conflict. But before we dive into the discussion, we will first introduce ourselves. So, I'm Samantha Nicole R. Umali.
I am Carlos Louis L. Romero.
I am
And
Vincent Gary Uy.
I am Valerie Stamampo.
I am Ivy Jane Rockwell.
And I am Eric Perez.
And I am Charlene Maritan.
And I am John Carmelo S. Wepeña.
Throughout this presentation, we will explore the definition of conflict, the main sources of conflict, Bell and Hart's 8 causes of conflict, what hinders a person to resolve conflict, 6 conflict resolution barriers, the ways in dealing with conflicts, and the 4 basic steps of the problem-solving process. We hope that by the end of our discussion, we will all have gained valuable insights that can be applied to our daily life. So the first presenter will discuss the definition of conflict.
So again, I will be reporting the introduction and then the definition of conflict. Have you ever been in conflict with someone, with your parents perhaps, or your siblings, classmates, or neighbor? How do you deal with the situation? Do you express your anger outright and confront the person you are in conflict with? Or do you try to forget the problem, hoping that emotions will cool down and the disagreement would just fade away? People have different ways of thinking, different beliefs, and different ways of expressing these beliefs. Consequently, people approach and deal with perceived difficult situations in different ways. These basic differences in people, at times, could cause a strain in human relationships, which in turn could result into clashes. It is unavoidable that people from different backgrounds meet. Conflict, therefore, is just unavoidable. Unresolved conflict could have adverse consequences and likely lead to more problems. Thus, it is important for involved parties to effectively try to resolve their conflict the soonest possible time. The more interesting question, however, is how could conflict be resolved effectively and constructively? Conflict resolution is indeed difficult. However, it is also a skill that a person can learn and develop in time. So, what is conflict? In Latin, conflict is conflictus and it is a part of life. According to Forsyth in 1990, described conflict as striking together with force. For example, an individual acts in a way or believes in something that is opposed by another. Conflict occurs. The factors that create conflict are based on different sets of standards and values. Conflict can be defined as an incompatibility among people, thus creating feelings in animosity and resentment towards each other. So that's all for my part.
So, to help us better understand what conflict is, we need to analyze its possible sources. So, according to American psychologist Daniel Katz, conflict may arise from three different main sources. Next slide, please. These are economic conflict, value conflict, and power conflict. Next slide. Economic conflict. When supply resources When supply resources are inadequate, conflict arises. Individuals or groups would want to attain most of the resources to ensure, at the very least, survival. So economic conflict is a situation where ang mga individuals daw, groups, or countries kay nag-compete or nag-disagree over limited economic resources such as money, goods, or opportunities. So, in situations where ang mga resources kay limited ra, or kapag kanang dili sapat ang mga resources na available, people may feel the need to secure as many resources as much as they can para sa ilang self or sa ilang family or groups to ensure their survival. Also, economic conflict occurs when there is a clash of interests or goals related to economic activities. So, one example of economic conflict is trade disputes. So, disputes means a disagreement or argument between individuals, groups, or parties over various issues or matters. Na ba yung nakabalo or nakadungog na about sa issue between sa US and China? Di ba kay dugay na siya nga issue? And based on my research, nagsugod daw ang tension or conflict between sa US and China since former President Donald Trump imposed punitive tariffs sa mga Chinese goods atong 2018 and 2019. Punitive tariff means kanang high tax na ginaput ng government sa mga imports na product in order to protect its own country or country's manufacturers. So these tariffs kay gipatuman bitaw to discourage imports or to make the imports product more expensive, mas mahal, and less competitive siya sa domestic market kay para maprotektahan ang ilang own domestic industries. So ginaimda ni former President Donald Trump nga ma-persuade niya ang China about daw sa ilang unfair trade practices kay daghan man di ba subsidies ng US sa China, like kato daw mga unusual demands ng Chinese government sa mga American firms nga naay business sa ilang country. So, kani nga mga actions between sa China and US kay nag-result sa pagtaas ng trade tensions and disruptions or paglangat sa global trade. Ang trade tensions between them kay naay dako kayo nga effects dili lang sa ilang own countries kundi apil na pud ang mga other countries and also the global economy. Another common example po sa economic conflict ay kaning labor disputes. Labor disputes arise when there are disagreements between employers and employees. So example ani kay kanang mga trabahante nga gawelga regarding sa ilang wages or sahod, sa working conditions, sa mga benefits o uban pa. So, economic conflict arises when there is a scarcity or short of supplies, leading to competition and disputes among individuals or groups who seek to secure the necessary resources for survival. Next slide, please. So next is value conflict. Values are about principles and ideologies that people believe in and uses to pass judgment on others. So, a value conflict refers to a situation where different people have different beliefs and principles which they use to judge others. So, ang values daw kay are like guiding principles or ideologies, beliefs na mahalaga sa atoa, which is ginayos nato ni siya to make decisions and form opinions. For example, para kanang mas ma-understand nato. Let's say, ako o si Generous kay na ay value conflict regarding punctuality or in Tagalog pagiging maaga. Like, si Generous kay she strongly believes na being on time is extremely important and ginajudge na dahil niya ka ng mga person nga agka-late like sa mga group practices or group meetings. On the other hand, ako kay I believe na kanang being a few minutes late is not a big deal. Dili pud na ako sila ginajudge diretso based lang sa ilang punctuality. So in this case, na ay conflict because kami ni Generous kaya na may different value or belief about being punctual. So sa value conflict, ginagamit nato ang atong own values to pass judgment on others who don't align sa atong mga beliefs. So this difference in values can lead to disagreements, misunderstandings, or tension sa atong relationship between the other person. So, for example, napadaan ni kay kaning sa LGBTQ plus rights. Kay, di ba, na ay different individuals or groups. So, naapod sila different beliefs and values regarding sa mga rights and acceptance nila sa mga LGBTQ plus individuals. So, there are people nga who strongly believe in equality and inclusivity or napoy uban nga gasulong ga-advocate sa pantay na mga karapatan, protections, and acceptance for LGBTQ plus individuals. So, they value the importance ng pagkilala at paggalang sa mga rights at pagkakakilanlan ng lahat ng tao daw. So, regardless of their sexual orientation or gender identity, while naapod mga people who hold different values or beliefs that may result in conflict. Pwede nga na traditional sila or naa sila conservative nga opinions na dili gasang-ayon or gasupport sa mga LGBTQ plus rights. They may view homosexuality or gender non-conformity as against their religious, cultural, or personal beliefs. So, kani nga mga values like the lead sa debates, disagreements, and even discriminatory actions against LGBTQ plus individuals. So, another example po is kaning cultural and religious differences. Kay di ba kadalasan kay naatay lain-lain nga paniniwala, kasanayan, at mga values na maaring mag-clash with one another. So, kaning cultural differences, arise from the diverse customs, lain-lain nga kaugalian, traditions, that exist among different groups or societies. So, each culture kay naay own nga values, norms, at paniniwala that shape the behavior and perspectives of its member. So, when individuals from different cultures interact, maaaring magkaroon ng mga conflict dahil di ba kay laylay man silang values and beliefs. While kaning religious differences kay di kani sa pagkalain-lain sa ilang tinagapon paniniwala, kasanayan, or even doctrines sa ilang religion. So, different religions may have contrasting views on morality, ethics, and social issues. So, these differences in religious values can lead to conflict, lalo na kapag kanang na-clash bitaw between sa religious principles and societal norms, or kapag nag-interact ang mga individuals gikan sa different religious backgrounds. In such situations, Conflict may arise when individuals or groups hold strong convictions or naa sila'y matibay na paniniwala about their cultural or religious values. And then, gatuupod sila nga ang kanilang pamumuhay ay mas superior o dapat sundon nato. So, ang value conflict occurs when people have different principles and beliefs that they use to evaluate and form opinions about others. Next slide, please. So, the last main source of conflict, according to Daniel Katz, is the power conflict. When an individual or group makes moves to maximize whatever influence they have in social setting, conflict inevitably occurs. So, ang power conflict refers to a situation where an individual or a group tries to maximize their influence or control within a social setting, which often leads to conflict. So, in various social settings such as workplaces, organizations, or pwede po sa relationships, kay naagid na ano bitong ipakita nila ilang power or authority upang makuha nila ang mga benefits or mag-gain sila og advantages, resources, or control sa laing tao. They may try to manipulate situations, make decisions without considering others' opinions or even use their position. So for example, ani kay kaning sa election campaigns. Election campaigns can be considered as an example of power conflict because they involve individuals or groups vying o naglaban-laban for political power and influence. Diba kay during election campaigns, ang mga candidates kay go-compete against each other to gain the support and votes of the electorate. Naghimo sila og ilang mga strategies and tactics to maximize their chances of winning, like kanang promoting their policies, highlighting their achievements, or kanang diba napoy uban nga kanang garan for any position kay gina-highlight yun nila na ilang mga achievements, dili yun na mawala. Napoy uban nga criticize ang ilang opponent. So in this process, power conflict arises as candidates try to assess their influence, persuade voters, and gain an advantage over their competitors. Naapod, di ba, uban nga ga-engage sa mga negative campaigning like spreading misleading information or even attacking the credibility of their opponents. So another example pod anang power conflict kay example sa isa ka workplace na ay two colleagues nga compete para sa promotion. They may engage in power conflicts by trying to outperform each other or pwede po ng sabotaging each other's works. So, this competition for power can lead to intense conflicts sa ilang duwa. So, it is important, however, that katong election campaigns are conducted with fairness, transparency, and respect for democratic principles to ensure a healthy and constructive na democratic system. So in summary, power conflicts occur when individuals or groups use their influence to maximize their own interests, often at the expense of others. So these conflicts can arise in various social settings and can have negative consequences on relationships, of cooperation, and overall harmony. So that ends my topic. So, to continue the discussions about our topic, right now, we will discuss the 8 causes of conflict by Bill and Hart. So, Bill and Hart are both psychologists, conducted a study identifying the root causes of conflict, particularly in workplace, aiming to better understand and hopefully come up with a successful strategy to resolve conflict as well as its tensions among concerned parties. And all the study particularly looked into causes of conflict in the workplace. These 8 causes could also be applied to various settings where people are formed into groups and conflict arises. Next, please. So, Art Gall and Brett Hand found the 8 common causes of conflict, which are conflicting resources, conflicting styles, conflicting perspectives, conflicting goals, conflicting pressures, conflicting rules, different personal values, and unpredictable policies. So, next please. So the first causes of conflict by Bill and Hart are conflicting resources. So members of any organization rely on resources such as office supplies, workspaces, funds, etc. to perform effectively. However, it is not possible that these resources are available whenever one wishes. Arguments could arise as to who should be using the group's resources at any given time. So, for these conflicting resources, for example, during our PE practice, there are so many students or group of students that want to use the gymnasium stage for blocking. But due to the same date at same time na want ang both mga student ang team ng student nga gusto mag-practice para mag-blocking, there are tensions and arguments na nahitabo. But in this case, both students have legitimate needs for the resources kay kailangan po nila nga maggamit for blocking, and other group student kay kailangan po nila. So kailang naay ka ng tensions nga nahitabo and conflict because nag-lack sila of communications and collaboration. And this is one of the example of conflicting resources because of the both sila maggamit sa gymnasium stage. So next, is conflicting styles. So each person has her own working style. However, when it comes to working with a team, this difference could become a problem and adversely affect productivity. So, balik sa atong example sa first example. So, about siya pa sa atong PE practice and sa atong PE presentations. As you remembered nga, di ba nagka-conflict ta during nga nag-choose ta sa music para sa atong i-present sa atong PE. And that conflict kay cause siya of tensions and argument kay both members of the group kay lahi sila og style, lahi sila og want taste sa music. Lahi ang uban ay gusto modern, may uban gusto og old style. And that is one of the examples of conflicting styles. So next please. So third is conflicting perspective. So misunderstanding or interpretations of group goals can lead to conflict because each of us have different perspectives in many cases or in situations. There are some that we cannot relate to or have common interests because some have different point of view in a certain project or in life. So, for example, in conflicting perspective, uh, naay ka ng uh, uh, certain project na gusto sa client na ipabuhat sa isa kami sa team project ni siya. And then this idea nga, ang team members is prioritizing meeting the client specific requirements and preferences. Moto ang prioritize. They believe that the success of the project hinges on delivering exactly what the client wants. And even if it is means that debating is do something that different from what is common or as usual man siyang kasabot sa debating. So ang first nga member kay gusto niya i-prioritize ang unsa ang gusto sa client, what the client wants. And the other member is gusto niya ang quality assurance. The other member prioritize the quality and functionality of the application. They believe that ensuring the said project is more important and even na need og much time para bitaw mabuhat ang project, but the quality assurance is much more important for him or for them. Kaya mo ni siya ang one of the examples of conflicting perspective kay both sila may lain-lain nga perspective, both sila na ay reason, both sila na ay gusto i-point of ihatag og point of view ani niya, but due to sa kanang conflicting mo magka sila na ay tension gapon ang mahitabo and arguments. But to resolve this, naman tayo anang tinatawag na communications and kanang respect each other perspective, respect each other's mga gusto nila and kanang ilang suggestion, and dapat maminaw jud ka kung unsa iyang gusto i-point out para ma-resolve ni siya na completion. So next is conflicting goals. So a group that does not set clear targets and does not make sure that every member of the group is on the level about the team's goals will result in confusion and understanding among its members. So, by the word itself, conflicting goals. So, makasabot na jud taon sa ni siya kay conflicting goals is a group that does not set clear targets. So, balik ka sa ato ang example sa PE. Or no, balik ka sa ato ang project sa atong termo. A group of member kay gusto sila nga ang one member kay nag-set na siya goals, nag-set na siya og date daan, muna ni siya ang gusto about sa project about sa termo. And then wala niya spread sa iyang teamwork, wala niya hatag. So wala bito na klaro ang goals na iyang gusto, and mo to siya ang conflicting goals kay wala niya na spread sa iyang mga teamwork, and that is the one of conflicting goals. Next please.
Oh, next slide, please. So, conflicting pressure. Conflicting pressures is similar to conflicting goals, except that conflicting pressures exist over a short span of time. So, In other words, conflicting pressure is a pressure that lasts only pressure a short span of time. So, for example, a person pressured to complete different tasks at about the same time or receiving opposing instructions from two people of authority are examples of conflicting pressures. So, uh, we students uh, was given a task a week before the deadline. So sometimes we start to make it the day before the deadline of the task. That is why we feel pressure, and that pressure is called the conflicting pressure, because we will only feel it or experience it when we are in the process of making the task the day before the said deadline. But after we are done and submitted it, we will feel relief and satisfied. So next slide please. So conflicting roles is a feelings of resentment could arise either due to the perceived notion that the task is not appropriate for him or her, or a member of the team feels someone else deserves the job other than the one to whom the job was given to. So, example, team members who feel resentful for doing a job they are not usually responsible for is an example of conflict caused by conflicting roles. So, as a student, we can this in a class. There is a role playing and a role playing activity by group, and there is two main characters who is Mark and Joy. So the leader of the group chooses Mark to be the mother in the role playing, while Joy is the father. So they both disagree to one another because the role assigned to them in the play is conflict to their real or true gender identity. So that's the example of conflicting roles. Then next slide please. uh, Different personal values. So personal values shapes a person's behavior. Often enough, conflict arises when individuals disagree on certain actions because it would compromise personal values. So example of this is a Christian eating a pork and a Muslim is not eating a pork. Uh, uh, the meaning of personal values is what we practice to do in our daily lives because we believe it as the right thing to do. The conflict occur if two persons with different personal values disagreeing to something because it would affect their personal beliefs. So example for this is in a restaurant. So there is a Muslim and a Christian. Uh, as a Christian, according to the Bible, everything God created is good and to be received with thanks. While Muslim, according to the Quran, prohibits the consumption of pork. So that is the example of different personal values. Then next slide please. Unpredictable policies. So team rules and guidelines that are not communicated well could lead to confusion and misunderstanding among its members. The example for this is whenever company policies are changed, inconsistently applied, or non-existent, misunderstandings are likely to occur. So, as what we have remember from the report of some earlier that we should be transparent in making our policies so that uh, we will not become biased in our uh, policies that we made, and this will not affect the group that is the group members that that consist the rules and guidelines that is promoted. So that's all for my report, and
So, good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir. At this part of our discussion, we will be exploring the hindrances or the challenges that we experience solving conflicts. We know na what is conflicts and what are the causes of conflicts. So, after na naan may conflict, we tend to move towards the solution. We tend to look for ways to solve. Most of us here no naka-experience na of conflicts or mga misunderstandings sa atong peers, friends, or families. Those may be caused by different opinions or wala nagkasinabot and the other person. And we want to solve them na both of you kay mag-meet at the middle. Dili lang ang usang magpahiubos. Pero, sad fact lang kay ma-resolve. Why man? So, next slide. Because barriers or mga ginatawag conflict resolution barriers. Conflict resolution barriers inhibit a person's ability to resolve conflict effectively. Gitawag sila na barriers kay tungod nila, people will have difficulty to communicate with each other and solve the conflict that arise between them. We have 6 common conflict resolution barriers, which we will going to discuss one by one. Along with these barriers, we will discuss techniques that we can do to manage those conflicts where everyone on both sides na nag-away will be heard and dili sila maka-feel na unfair and they are respect. And consequently, reducing the amount of time invested in conflict resolution. So next slide. Let's proceed to the 6 conflict resolution barriers. First, next slide. Conflict resolution barrier, which is getting defensive. What does being defensive mean? Generally, being on the defensive means is doing in an effort to avoid having to experience some negative feelings or be viewed in a negative light, like be seen as a failure. Being on the defensive in the face of conflict is a natural reaction. We all tend to be on our sides man jud no. If we feel that luoy ra kayo ta sa ani na situation, ato agyong i-defend atong self. But this could be unhealthy, especially if we need to be more understanding if we are faced with conflicts. Basically, we get defensive kay we also avoid saying negative feelings kanang hala, sala jud nako to no. Maybe I need to apologize. Maybe need na ko na mag-reflect. We avoid that kay it's too much for having to say na we are wrong. Next slide. the conflict or signs that are commonly experienced. Accepting responsibility for an action that resulted in negative consequences. This is what we do mostly if wala pa kayo kasabot sa other side. We don't take full responsibility sa mga actions kaya we are afraid of the consequences. Second is blaming others for the unpleasant events that happen. This is by our fear to be put in a wrong light, so i-blame na lang nato ang ubang. Next slide. Unfortunately, getting this conflict resolution only worsen the problem as involved parties are and understanding the different sides of the issue. Tungod kay defensive ra kaayo ta, dili na nato ma-resolve ang conflict. How to avoid getting defensive? Instead of being and listen what he has to say. Really listen to them. Encourage them to provide you with more details and feedback on their view if you have to. Maminaw ta sa ila no kay bisag biit ta pareha og opinion or perspective, basig naa sila natay mga na-miss out na details na importante. And eventually, maminawon pud kanila. Kay if you want to be right? Second conflict resolution board dismissing the topic as unimportant. Do this line sound familiar to you? Be out of nothing. Gay mo ra kag problema sa butang na dapat dili problemahon. Or you shouldn't feel that way. O ra kayo ka, nganong kakalain ka ana na butang. Mao sila mga lines no na some of us might have heard before or have. However, by saying those lines, it will only lead us to antagonizing or mga ginavinalize involves that they are made to feel their points are unimportant and not valid. For example, you and your friend made a decision to talk about a conflict. Then pag-talk ninyo ni anak ka na, ha? Para ka to lang malain na ka sa ako? Okay, ra kayo ka. So instead of solving the conflict, paghimo na noon ka og barrier na mas mag-worsen sa inyong conflict. Busy people often do this no kay dagan sila mga ginahuna-huna. Like every person experience not giving all his or her full attention to someone simply because it was the appropriate thing to do at the time. For example, it is improper to listen to a friend talk about his or her love problem while classes are going. Like imong friend, gina-istoryan kag about siyang love problems na you can tell your friend na you can talk about it during free time. Next slide. However, no kanang mga ato silang i-dismiss. However, sa conflict resolution, it's important to give full and undivided to all concerned parties. Kaya kung ato silang i-dismiss na, unya na ta mag-istorya, makating sila na abi nila an important ra kayo ang ilang topics na gusto i-share sa imuha. So dapat maminaw ka sa ilaha and give them your full attention. Also, always remember na katong ka na dili big deal na ay ginusi mo na dili man na big deal or ra kayo ka. Always remember that what is big to you is valid. Kung big deal ni siya sa imo, valid siya to be saddened about. Next slide. Conflict resolution is not so much about whether perspectives of one group or the other is right or wrong, but rather it is about understanding where the conflict is coming from. So no, conflict resolution, we don't focus is wrong or right kung kisagi sakto sa inyo or kinsay mali What we do is to listen to each other, to understand where they are coming from. Nganong ingati ang reaction, nganong nabuhatan niya, and why is it hard to resolve the conflict. Support. Thank you.
So number three, jumping to conclusions without having the facts. So the human brain is wired to draw quick conclusions based on past experiences, a trait that once helped our ancestors survive but is less useful in modern conflict resolution. Premature judgment hinder effective resolution by overlooking crucial facts and perspective. So I think tanan na tani naka-encounter no, like may conflict. Example atong sa term mo na ako sa quiz no na instead nagiuli lang na ako ang booklet. Ang conclusion lang dahil ni sir kay cheating. So mo na siya ang example sa jumping to conclusion without having the facts. So mabala niya pa niya sa procedure niya next na topic ani. Dapat paminahon sa daan ang like wala pa ka nakabalo sa real story tapos mag-conclude na din ka na mao na ang nahitabo. So kana nga conflict. So next slide please. So ang solution dapat ana no kay reserve judgment until all parties have shared their side of the story, ensuring that everyone is heard before making any conclusion is key to fair conflict resolution. So mo to kung gingon na dapat imo sang mag-go deeper sa ka. Imo sang history on what is the reason, but unsay story behind ana nga conflict or behind ana nga panghitabo. Kay dili man pwedeng na magditso na ka sa conclusion nga wala ka kabalo sa main story. So mo na dapat imo sang i-open up. So next slide please. Not listening to others. So connected rin po ni siya dito no. Many people prepare their responses while the other person is talking rather than truly listening. This blocks the chance to understand the other side's point of view. Lack of active listening can escalate a conflict and prevent mutual understanding. So connected rin po ni siya dito. Although like mag-share na kasi mga story sa imong anong nabuhat to ngayon ato nga to. But dili ka paminawan kay close-minded man to siya. Like, ang instructor sa term mo, di ba? Wala ko na-mention yung name pero pumunta ka ilan na mo. More siya, not listening to others. More to base example lang. Like, dapat maminaw sa ka kung ansay tinuod. Next slide please. Ang solution for that kind of conflict, practice active listening by giving full attention to the speaker, observing their behavior, and asking pertinent questions to uncover more information. This approach shows respect and help dis-escalate the conflict. Yes, dapat yun na aminaw sa ka sa side sa story. It's very unprofessional man pod na mo conclude na kadit sa yung nanay-nana. Pero wala ka kabalagid sa main topic. So, it's very biased, no? Nga mo conclude na ka, tapos wala ka kabalong sa main story. So, more gina ang main kuha na ni. Main sa tawag na, lesson dapat. Dapat imog yung kaminawon, no? Dapat makabalo ka before ka mag-conclude o yung opinion or say truth na anak. So, next slide please. Inability to empathize with others. So empathy involves understanding and sharing another person's feelings. Some individuals find it challenging to empathize, especially when they believe the other person is in the wrong. Lack of empathy can make the other party feel unheard and misunderstood, impending resolution efforts. So empathy, like most people nang wala sila siguro ni agi ana so dili nila ma-feel. So dili ni siya connected dito nga sa part kanina no. Dahil ni siya. So next slide please. Solution maganda ni no empathy. To express empathy by acknowledging the other person is feelings and perspective. This means like I can imagine you might feel that no one understands you. Can show empathy and facilitate better communication. But dili sa nato ma-blame ang ubang tao nga murag wala sila lack sila empathy no kay dili nila siyempre dili man pud lahi ra gyud ang real experiences between sa imagination. Okay. Like imagine kay mo i-feel na na-experience mo to yung na-experience. But lahi ra gyud ang imagination sa real ng mga experience no pero dapat imong i-feel kung unsa iyang situation karon unsa man imong reaction so murag inana siya. So kani murag dili magitanan conflict na masolve at least lang naay kanang murag siguro 80 to 90% lang ana masolve. So next slide please. Next slide please. Okay. Inability to stay calm. Conflicts can escalate quickly with parties becoming more abusive and shifting into attack mode. Losing composure worsens the conflict and diminishes the likelihood of a constructive resolution. So inability to stay calm, so daghan gyud kung kaya ni tao no. Like mangisog dayon, turn into attack mode. Like inyong focus kamo example kamo duha, nag-aaway mo. Inyong focus kay kamo ray sakto, kamo may tama nana ba? Common yan siya. It's either sa relationship, sa friends, sa family. So, that's my solution. And next slide, please. So, solution, maintain control by thinking before speaking, keeping your voice calm and focusing on factual responses without exaggeration or bias. Creating a safe environment for open expression can help de-escalate the conflict and promote resolution. So, common meaning ng quote, di ba nga, before you speak, listen. Diba? Before you speak, listen. Tanan na ba na nakabalo? Dapat, before ka mag-istorya, dapat kabalo ka unsay tinuod. Connected yun pa niya siya itong mag-conclude na ka nga wala pa kakabalo sa real story. Tapos, dapat calm ka. Turn on yung pagka-nonchalant mood ba? Nonchalant na ka. Dapat, ikaw siguro para masolve ang conflict. Need ni mo, example, isok yung mga kauban. So, dapat ikaw may magpakumbaba ka. Tapos, yan na lang, makonsensya man din tong isa kayo. Sagsiyagid ang mali, dapat inana. Tapos, na-turn man siya into attack mode. Gusto niya siya mo sakto, siya mo tama, dira, ikaw mali, yung ka, inana ba? So, need dapat ni mo nga magpakumbaba ka. Magkalma ka. Tapos, before di ka mag-conclude, dapat kabalo ka sa real story. Both side, if you na pa yung mga story behind ana. So, next slide, please.
So the next topic is what are the ways in dealing with conflict? So conflict is an inevitable part of human interaction, but learning how to navigate and avoid can lead to a more harmonious relationship in all areas of life. The next slide, please. So there are ways of dealing with conflict. And first is avoiding conflict. Avoiding conflict is an essential skill that enhances the quality of our interactions and relationships. So by practicing clear communication, active listening, empathy, and mutual respect can navigate potential conflicts more effectively and create a more harmonious environment in all aspects of life. Second way is to accommodate the problems. Accommodating involves yielding to the other party's demand or concerns, prioritizing the relationship over one's own immediate interests. So by accommodating, individuals show that they value the relationship more than winning the argument. So this approach can diffuse tension and create an environment where both parties feel respected and understood. So example sa accommodate the problems is kaning naay company and nasa project na need buhaton and kanang duol na ang deadline. So naay duha ka worker, si Alice and si Bob. Si Alice is naay koan own preference na gusto i-follow and also si Bob na siya own preference. So to avoid conflict, si Bob is nag-decide na i-accommodate niya ang preference ni Alice to prioritize team harmony and project success over personal preferences. So, mao na siya ang accommodating the problems. Mao siya examples accommodating the problems. Then, ikatulo is ang compete with the others. So, competing may not be suitable for all the conflict situations. So, in contexts where long-term relationships and cooperations are essential, a collaborative or compromising approach may be more appropriate. So example sa compete with the others is in a family dynamic or partnerships, prioritizing mutual understanding and shared goals often leads to a more sustainable and fulfilling outcomes. Competing in such situation can escalate conflict and create lasting risks. So to avoid compete in conflict, certain skills and considerations are essential. Clear communication is a paramount. So next slide, please. So fourth ways is to compromise. Compromise involves each party giving up something to resolve the conflict and achieve a solution that is acceptable to all. This approach is particularly useful when both parties have valid points and shared interest in maintaining a positive relationship. Example sa compromise is kaning couple, and each of them is kanang like gusto nila mag-travel, na sila plans na gusto. Ang babae is gusto niya ang beach view, while ang lalaki is gusto niya ang like kanang mountain ang view. So by agreeing to spend part of the vacation, naa ang makita sa ilahang makita both ang beach and ang mountain. So both partners' desires are acknowledged, reinforcing their commitment to each other's happiness. So other example po sa to compromise is kanang relationship na mo, like example minyo na mo na sa mong uyab sa mong asawa o sa mong bana. Then like kanang naay household chores nga like example kanang hugas og plato. So ang kanang naka-assign ana is imuhang bana, but naa siya gibuhat nga importante nga buhatonon. So to compromise is ikaw na lang ang nibuhat ana nga trabaho to avoid conflict between you and sa imuhang bana. So murag like kanang ikaw na lang ang murag nag-adjust ana, murag ikaw ang nibuhat para wala na yung problema or kanang like buhatonon pa. So man siya ang to compromise. Murag ikaw ang mag-adjust, ikaw ang murag mag-adjust wholeheartedly, walay kasuko or anything. So, ano siya sa compromise. Then, fifth is kaning collaborating. Collaboration is a powerful approach to conflict resolution, emphasizing teamwork and collective problem solving. So, unlike sa compromising, where each party makes concession, collaboration seeks to integrate differing perspectives and insights to find solutions that satisfy everyone's involved. So example sa collaborating is kaning family dispute over household responsibilities. Kani family na. So collaborating to create a shared course schedule, di ba? Sa to ang balay is natay kaning assigned task. Like example, imigsoon kay manghugas plato, ikaw manilig sa salog or inana. So with that, we have shared schedule. In that way, we can ensure that everyone's need and preference are considered. So we can foster a sense of fairness and cooperation. So mao na siya ang mga ways sa with dealing with conflict. So napay uban nga mga ways but mao na siya ang some. So that's all for my report. Thank you.
Okay, for the last topic, which is the 4 basic steps of the problem-solving process. These are define the problem, generate alternative solutions, evaluate and select alternative, then implement and follow up on the solution. So next slide, please. So first, what is problem-solving process or the problem-solving model? A problem-solving model is a way to solve disagreements one step at a time. Conflicts are challenging, and using problem-solving strategies to achieve a workable compromise requires patience and creativity. While problem-solving is the act of defining a problem, determining the cause of the problem, identifying, prioritizing, and selecting alternatives for a solution, and implementing a solution. In order to effectively manage and run a successful organization, leadership must develop problem-solving techniques that could help guide their team, manage conflicts, and order to achieve goals at the best possible time. Like here in engineering, we develop our problem-solving skills para less conflict not only sa atong work puhon, but also sa mga tao na nag-surround sa ato. So a problem-solving model is needed on analyzing a certain conflict in order to manage it to a better or rational way. So next slide, please. So these steps are, first is define the problem. So di man ta pwede mo dive in sa isa ka conflict no kung wala ta kabalo mismo sa unsa ang problem. Sud sad maka-join ka or makibugnaw sad nga surface level lang sa problem ang imong nabalaan. Papansin na kana. Kung i-research paper pa ni, silbi mo niyang SOP or statement of the problem where we seek what is the cause or specify unsa jud ang problema. Under this step are differentiate fact from opinion. So importante jud nga makabalo ka unsa ang tinuod ug unsa ang istorya. Second is specify underlying causes kung unsay hinungdan or root sa problema. Consult each faction involved for information, state the problem specifically, and identify what standard or expectation is violated. Determine when which process the problem lies. Avoid trying to solve the problem without data, like what I have said ganiya. Avoid pag-dive in or try pag-solve sa isa ka problema nga surface level lang ang imong nabalaan. So next slide please. The second step is to generate alternative solutions, and under this step are postpone evaluating alternatives initially, include all involved individuals in the generating of alternatives, specify alternatives consistent with organizational goals, specify short and long-term alternatives, brainstorm on other ideas, seek alternatives that may solve the problem. So sa ato pa, mao ni ang plan B, plan C, or what nga ginahimo nato as alternative ifalpak ba ang galing ang decided nga plan to solve the problem. It is like gathering plans or pang-counter sa possible not good scenarios or pag-seek sa different ways sa pag-solve sa problema. Next slide please. Then the third step is to evaluate and select an alternative under this step. Under this step are evaluate alternatives relative to a target standard, evaluate all alternatives without bias, evaluate alternatives relative to established goals, and evaluate both proven and possible outcomes. State the selected alternative explicitly. So after nimo mag-generate og possible solutions sa isa ka problema, this time mamili na ka unsa nga solution ang best para sa tanan without bias. Like ang pag-ratio sa imuhang solutions nga na-come up or ang pag-filter sa unsay best nga solution ang pwede magamit. So next slide. Finally, the last step is to implement and follow up on the solution. After evaluating the best solution for the conflict, daring apart, i-apply na nimo ang imong napili nga solution, and also gathering feedback sa affected parties or observing sa impact sa imong solution. Under this step are plan and implement a pilot test of the chosen alternative, gather feedback from all affected parties, seek acceptance or consensus by all those affected, establish ongoing measures and monitoring, evaluate long-term results based on final solution. So this time, again, kung ipanak nato sa isa ka research paper focusing on a specific nga problem since mao ang best nga example for a problem-solving model, kaniya na part is ang results in discussion where we analyze the impact sa atong solution sa isa ka conflict while gathering feedbacks. And after this step, mabalaan nato if problem solved ba, acceptance stage, or magbubuon na lang sa iyong problema. Malay ko. So, that's all for my part.
So, before mag-end among report is mag-share me kung unsay mga implications sa conflict in real life. So, isa na diri sa interpersonal relationships ang emotional stress. It means nga conflict can lead to significant emotional stress, anxiety, and mental health issues. So, kani emotional stress is common kayo ni siya sa ato estudyante. Kay gaka-experience na to ni sa ato ang mga performances sa atong pag-eskwela. Labi na og maka-experience ta nga gamay tag score, kana isa na sa kanang root gyapon sa emotional stress. And aside sa kanang pag-eskwela, napod sa panimalay or sa family, kanang maka-experience og conflict sa ilang between sa ilang parents or silang siblings nga maka-cause pod sa emotional stress. Then kanipod sa peers, isa pod na sa common nga root cause sa emotional stress. Sa friends and sa kanang kuan pod, if namoy intimate relationship like uyab-uyab, isa pod na. Then kani pong ikaduha, breakdown of relationships. It means nga persistent conflict can result in the breakdown of friendships, familial ties, and romantic relationships. So kani nga conflict kay gakahitabo daw sa kanang friendships, sa internal problems sa family and sa romantic relationships. Napod diri mahitabo ang emotional stress within sa breakdown of relationships, which is kanang common pod siya gakahitabo sa mga youth karon. Then ang ikatulo, kaning communication breakdown. It means nga conflict often leads to poor communication, making it harder to resolve issues and understand each other. So sa pasabot ato nga conflict often leads to poor communication, kay kanimo on conflict usahay ko sa base pa sa amo report ganina, kung wala ka atong stay calm nga skill nimo or attitude sa isa ka conflict, mo na isa sa mag-lead gyapon sa poor communication, kay magpaibabaw man ang imong emotion kaysa imong rationality bitaw kung mag-resolve og conflict. Mo nang wala ka sa saktong panghunahon na unsa nimo pag-deliver sa or pag-convey sa imong side para masabtan ka sa other party. So muni siya ang tulo ka implications sa conflict sa real life. Then naapod sa workplaces, which is kaning decreased productivity It means nga conflict can disrupt workflow and reduce overall productivity as employees spend time and energy dealing with disputes. So, sakto yun nga kaning conflict kay maka-decrease sa productivity sa kanang trabaho kay moad-an ka gana if naay conflict nga dili nimo ma-handle or kanang conflict nga mo ma-experience labi na sa kanang team if ever naay kanang team bitaw, team building or something nga within by group sa workplaces diyan nag-conflict sila between sa usag-usa ma-decrease silang productivity kay gapuan man sila ga-experience sila conflict nga wala nila ma-handle og tarong munang wala sila gakahimo nga saktong trabaho. Then kaning low moral meaning ongoing conflict can create a hostile work environment leading to low employee morale and job dissatisfaction. So kanipod maka-cause gyud ani ang conflict kay makapababa bitaw sa imong self-esteem imbis na ang inyong environment is para mahimong productive, ang inyong goal is mahimong productive, daghan mahimo nga trabaho and kuan mo ang inyong workplace is friendly type, free sa kanang ay away sa kanang mga unreasonable nga away or if mag-away man galing kay mas ma-resolve ra. Pero kung naay conflict na pod nga dili ma-resolve dayon or maistoryahan og insakto kay magpaibabaw ang emosyon, ang kainit sa ulo, then kanang dili magkasinabtanay muni nga mag-cause og low moral sa trabahoan or sa usag-usa sa mga employee. Then kaning high turnover, it means nga a conflict-ridden workplace may see higher turnover rates as employees seek a more harmonious work environment. So kani common kay ni sa mga trabahante or sa mga employee kay naay kanang conflict na gani nga manubra na kinsa may ganahan magstay ana nga workplace. So mo na uban mo resign or mo balhin og work kay mangita sila og place nga nice trabahoan para productive sila kay stressful na gani ang trabaho daan niya ang environment pag yung workplace kay kanang gani negative kayo kanang grabe kayo og conflict ang hitabo kanang mag-cause mo og kanang emotional stress sa uban pa nga stress diha munang it leads nga mogamay ang rate sa mga employee nga magstay sa inyong company or sa workplace kay di man ganahan magstay ana nga klase nga environment. Then isa pod sa communities ang implication sa conflict. Una kay social division. Conflict within a community can create divisions leading to the formation of opposing groups or factions. So kani common gyapon ni maski sa gagmay nga mga community kaning conflict kay imbis na at first united sila tungod kay nay conflict dayon bitaw nga mo arise then dili gyapon ma-resolve og tarong ang imbis na istoryahan pa or pangitag paging ma-resolve ang uban mo kuan na lang mo lahi or mo palayo sa ana nga community maglahi-lahi dayon mo na nga mag-divide ang society or ang community. Gakahitabo dayon kay magkontrahe din na sila. Dili na imbis at first kay friendly na sila sa usag-usa nga community tungod kay nay conflict nga nahitabo then wala na resolve or wala gipili nga i-resolve. Then nag-divide sila. Ang ending din kay mahimo na nun sila magkaaway which is common gyapon. Then violence and crime. Escalated conflicts can result in violence, vandalism, and increased crime rates. So, maupod ni, kaning naisay small conflict lang kay makakos na og crime kung di ka bulog handle sa imong emotion. Like kanang nabiki lang kagamay pero kay short-tempered man ka dali ra kay initon makakos ka og violence kay labi na og kuan kanang di ka control lagi sa imong emotion, makapanapat ka physically. So imbis na istoryahan, nag-resort na nun ka og violence. Kana. Then ikatulo, economic impact. Community conflicts can harm local economies by deterring investment, reducing tourism, and disrupting local business. Sakto kay nay conflict sa say nga kanang if ever madunggan-dunggan bitaw or mabalita nga kani nga place kay common kayong conflict or naay mga conflict gakitabo within sa tao, mahimo nun siya og harmful nga place. Muna nga ma-reduce ang tourism, then ang mga business kay mag-kuan pod, mag-slow down pod ilang production kay wala naman kayo gasuroy nga mga turista or mga tao kay gakadlok pod mo visit ana nga place kay naay conflict kay tabo, like dagan magkaaway. Then if ever ang isa sa conflict nila kay mga suyaon nga mga tindahan inana sa community, muna nga mag-cause ay conflict nga ma-cause ani sa kaning investment, kaning sa tourism o sa local business, kaning mga community conflicts. Then isa po din sa nations kay una, war and violence. At the national level, unresolved conflicts can lead to war, civil unrest, and widespread violence. So kung katong nakadungog mo sa balita or pamati mo sa balita katong about sa Israel and Palestine, kato isa na to national level nga kuan na to conflict, wala na resolve nga conflict can cause war and violence, labi na og ginagko na conflict. Then economic decline. National conflicts can devastate economies, leading to loss of infrastructure, decreased foreign investment, and significant financial costs. So, kung naay national conflicts, labi na sa kanang mga government na nga mga involved nga conflicts, yun dako kayo ang impact kay gaka-affect dili lang ang kanang mismong place, mahimo ang daghan kay madamay labi na tong mga individual nga nagpuyo ana nga or mga civilian ana nga nation. Then humanitarian crisis. Large scale conflicts can cause humanitarian crisis leading to displacement, loss of life, and widespread suffering. So large scale conflicts, klaro na kayo nga dako kay siya og mahimong effect og daghan maapektuhan ng mga tao, leading to loss of life, which is grabe ka bugat nga after effects sa isa ka conflict. Then political instability. Persistent conflict can undermine political stability, leading to coups, changes in government, and long-term governance challenges. So kani sa kanang government or political nga side, kung naay conflict nga sigig balik-balik, maka-cause siya og kanang internal problem sulod sa gobyerno, imbis kanang sila ang kanang murag sandigan mito sa civilian or sa katawan, ang ilahang stability within kay gakaguba tungod sa mga conflict nga ang cause ra pud kay mga tao. Kana bitaw maglisod na sila og handle din sa conflict nga cause sa ila lang mismo, pati pod sa mga tao, isa na pod ning kaning corrupt jud sa political instability nga conflict kay kaning corruption. So isa na. Then lastly, kay sa psychological and social implications. So number 1, trauma. Individuals exposed to conflict may suffer from long-term psychological trauma, including PTSD. So, dito maningala ni kung naay mga tao nga naay trauma tungod sa kanang conflict, labi na kung grabe ang ilahang experience nga conflict labi na mismo kung youth pa, then na-experience nila ni within sa family kay most gyud nga trauma kay gikan gyud sa family, like sa ilang abusive father baka or mother, kakulangon sa kanang kakulangon sa kanang bitawng mahatag nga attention inana, then mag-resort ang ilang parents sa violence, labi na og dili nila matiman kana cause ng trauma, even sa kanang pag-eskwela pod kanang if dili ka strong-willed nga tao, dali ra ka ma-trauma if gamay ra imong mga score makuha nana. Sa mga intimate relationship pod napoy ma-trauma na, labi na og kanang gihatag kanang bitawng murag gihatag nimo imong tanan-tanan lang sa iya, then naay mga conflict din nga mag-cause nga magbulog mo kana isa pod na sa mga-cause og trauma. Dayon sa peers pod napoy mga cause og trauma, labi na ng kuan mag-away-away bitaw, then naay mga abusive ug baba, tapos ang naigo kay mga sensitive nga mga individual, mga cause pod nag trauma. Next kay social cohesion. Frequent conflicts can weaken social cohesion and trust within societies, making it harder to achieve collective goals. Third and last kay kaning generational impact. The effects to conflict can span generations, influencing the lives and attitudes of people long after the conflict has ended. So kani muni siya ang lisod sad nga effect sa isa ka conflict kay same mura siya og similar sa trauma nga magpabilin bitaw, then hangtod sa next napod nga mga era or generation napagyapon na nga mga type sa conflict. So to end this report, addressing and resolving conflict effectively is crucial to mitigating these negative implications and fostering healthier, more productive environments at all levels of society. So that's all for the report of our group 5, and thank you for listening. Hopefully namoy natunan sa among report. Mana, na-appeal na to record ba? May tingog na ko.